There was a hamburger commercial on not that long ago where guys would walk around and there would be a symbol above their head as they walked around to show that how hungry they were. They were looking for, I guess, some kind of sandwich in this commercial. And so anybody that saw them said, wow, those guys want to go to that fast food place for a sandwich. There's an online auction service that when you go on there, you can see people that have been on there a while because there's a rating, and you can tell, or at least there's an indication as to whether or not they'll probably be good to do business with, because people have put ratings on there and said, okay, this person has had 140 good transactions, they have no negative ratings. It would be great in real life if you could look at somebody above their head and say, oh, I see something above their head, I know something about them. Or you could go online about them and say, I wonder if I want to be friends with them. Are they good to do business with? Other than maybe looking or finding out their credit report, it would be nice if everybody that came in contact with them, there was a rating about them and you could get to know them. Well, there is a question that is usually asked in cases that has to do with medical future. And that is, you usually are saying to the doctor, doctor, in the future, is this person going to need care? Is this person going to need treatment? Is this person going to need some kind of hip replacement? What is your opinion about the future of this client? And Virginia law requires them, there is a standard that they must testify to. It is more probable than not. And really what that means is, if you were looking at a football stadium and you were looking at the 100-yard line, they basically just have to get the nose over the 51-yard line, really weighing the scales. It sort of has to tip just a little bit, more probable than not. You don't have to be certain about the future, but at least there has to be an indication for the jury, because they get an instruction that says you cannot be speculative about the damages. And so a person has to prove what their damages will be in the future, and since this is the only time that they'll be able to really bring their damages in front of a jury, they can't come back to the jury and say, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 years later, can you look at the evidence now? No, it's their day in court. And so their day in court is to consider, because there's nothing above their head to say, okay, look at what they're thinking, this is what they need, or here is a number next to their name that tells you whether or not everybody believes they're going to need this treatment in the future. Unfortunately, we don't have these little guidelines, but what we do have is what the law requires, and that is a standard. So when we're able to ask the doctor, doctor, tell us, what does the future hold for this person? Can you tell us if they're going to need this? All the doctor has to do is look at the evidence based upon his education and experience, say, it's my experience, it's more probable than not that they're going to need this treatment. Now, just to conclude this, I don't usually say this at the end of our video blogs, but thanks for coming to the blog. Thanks for watching this. I hope you'll come back tomorrow.